It looks like Kisumu is the hotbed of goonism. Each part of the orange is sweeter than the other. And I'm sure you'll say it's yours because broad base.
I would say this. The orange is sweeter together.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your great support. Now, fellow Kenyans, I normally tell you this thing that sometimes we normally have leaders. Of course, we have leaders, but then these leaders, they don't look, or they don't seem to be the leaders that we expect, because they don't literally do things that we expect them to do as our leaders. Because you can't tell me that Tom Ojienda, calling himself a lawyer, is trying to defend terrorists. Now, yesterday night during the JK Live, that is on Wednesday, of course, we know very well that Wednesdays are normally nights where Jeff normally has got these leaders, politicians, and they have conversations concerning what's happening in the country, concerning what's going on, what's going to happen, what's expected, and what has been done, or maybe what these leaders have done. Yesterday night, he was with Ruto'S together with Tom Ojienda. And listening to the conversation made me ask myself a lot of questions too. And those questions are what I want to ask you, and then I also give you a chance to listen to what they talked about, and then after that you also tell me what you think at the comment section. But before that, fellow Kenyans, let me humbly request you that if at all you meet with first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well, like, you can share, drop me a comment at the comment section, tell me what you think and where exactly you're watching this video from. If you're within the country, you can tell me which part of the country you're watching from, and if you're outside, you can also tell me which country, drop me the flag or the code of the country where you are, and all is going to be well. And with the Bonita Media community and family, remember we have a project going on, and this project is to go and visit the children's home, which we did last month, and I think we can as well do it because this time around there are several things that I would like us to do to these kids, or for these kids. Let's make sure that the environment where they're living, where they're staying, is conducive and is safe, very safe, by doing the renovations and all that. We requested to do that, but I also feel like these kids really need to be in a safer place or a good environment where they cannot have problems as far as their health is concerned. So you can use the number on the screen, and I know that all is going to be well. Remember, the hand that giveth is the hand that receiveth. Back to our discussion. I've heard Tom Ojienda, calling himself a lawyer, trying to talk about several things. They were trying to argue, I heard him talking about Raymond Omolo, saying that Raymond Omolo is really trying his level best to make sure that people in Kisumu, are safe. Like Raymond Omolo is not a goon, he does not support goons, all that. Everything can be said. I normally believe that anybody can say anything. What matters is now the outcome. What is it that now people are going to expect after you say that? And I don't want to talk too much, fellow Kenyans. I just want you to listen to what these guys talked about from the beginning up to the end. And then after listening to them, you'll also tell me what to think. But personally, I think that Tom Ojienda is one such a failed fella who really defends William Ruto without knowing the direction. These guys that are calling themselves broad-based government people, the lay the ground guys, they are following William Ruto without even knowing the direction where they're being taken. But they're following because they assume, they have this notion of the assumption that they were left in government. So I would like you to tell me what you think after listening to this from the beginning to the end, and then please don't forget to subscribe. You can also drop me your comment at the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you're watching this video from. Please watch this.
It looks like Kisumu is the hotbed of goonism. What's your response?
No, JKL, what happened to Senator Ruto'S, my good friend, is unacceptable. I think in a community that embraces pluralism, where a political persuasion, every leader is entitled to a political persuasion. Whether you support one term or two term or no term, it's a choice. And number two, it was wrong, therefore, for any person to attack Ruto'S on the basis of his political persuasion or political leaning, and I think that is unacceptable. And I think I was nowhere around Kisumu that weekend. I was away from Kisumu. I actually learned of the attack of Osotsi later in the evening when I watched news, because I didn't watch news in the course of the day. And I am happy that he received quick medical attention and that he is in a good state now. And I'm also happy that the rule of law has taken its course. I think that the investigative arms of government should do what they need to do so that those who perpetrated, the perpetrators of the offense, are brought to book. It is not proper, and it doesn't serve as a good example for Kisumu to be where you are attacked when you have a different political persuasion. The problem then is that Nyeri, Kakamega and other counties could also, then you may have a situation where leaders of different political persuasions then cannot visit certain towns. Eventually you run into chaos and political turmoil. Then you are unable to even campaign. So what happened in Kisumu was not a good thing. And I hope that it is resolved. I also hope that, and I'm glad that Senator Osotsi is here. We've had conversations around the incident. He was my intercessor with the late Baba. He's the one who would intercede for me when we had issues, even when we were expelled from the party. He's the one who interceded for me.
But he also accused you of being behind those goons as well, right?
No. I'm sure he knows I can never.
But you accused him.
I can never. Of course, we have a high rate of unemployment in Kisumu. And so you have about 20-30% of our youth unemployed. But they are often engaged in informal services, including mobilization for political purposes. They associate with politicians, and as he says, they associate with different politicians at specific times. And by the way, most of them are very good people, because what they do is that they also engage in border business. They run small shops, they run kinyozis, they run little outfits. And often what we do as politicians, and this is where perhaps Senator Osotsi, and even him, I'm sure he knows that he has youth in Vihiga that he supports. We support them. Jeff, I bought borders for youth. I have established businesses for youth. I support youth on different programs because we want to improve their welfare, because it is not their fault that they are in the state that they are. So most leaders, a good number of leaders, including the PS Interior, Raymond Omolo, have come up with programs that support these youth in various forms.
It's the same PS.
And though he did accuse him, but I will tell you, Ray Omolo has been very instrumental in uplifting the life of youth in Kisumu. The same way I have been. Very instrumental in putting my name for youth.
Okay.
Well, but we did not. But let me tell you. He knows.
When he's just defending.
I'm not. I'm just saying that in terms of youth support, we have done youth support. Ask anyone in Kisumu County, they'll tell you that we have improved the lives of youth. But so not every youth is therefore a goon.
Okay, but the senator specifically mentioned you and PS Raymond.
Let me tell you.
The newspapers.
Hold on.
The newspapers did.
But going forward.
Yes.
Can you sustain this momentum that you have? You have Sifuna, you have Babu, you have Winnie. Are you going to front a candidate?
Why not?
Are you going to?
Let me tell you. You asked me whether we are sustaining or not.
Yes.
When we started by doing a rally in Kawangware. They tried to stop our rally, but nevertheless, we did the rally. We went to Busia. There were a lot of threats, a lot of intimidation, a lot of goons who were mobilized to stop us. But the people came in large numbers to our rally in Busia. And then from there, we went to Kitangela. You saw what happened there. The massive crowd that was there. In the morning of that rally, they went and destroyed our sound system and our dais. But nevertheless, the people came. And out of nowhere, the police came and threw a tear gas. Then, from there, we went to Kakamega. Kakamega, you could see the massive mobilization that was done to stop our rally, including even blocking the airport in Kisumu with the goons to try and stop Edwin Sifuna and Baba Owino from using that airport. We were attacked, me and Governor Orengo, at Royal Swiss Hotel on the eve of Kakamega rally. The youth were mobilized all the way from Kisumu, Majengo, Mbale, Kaega, and all those places to Kakamega to come and stop our rally. But the youth took the money, took the fuel, and ended up burning the two-term reflectors and joined our rally. So from there we went to Mombasa. The same thing was done to us. Then eventually they threatened us and said we cannot go to Kisumu. You saw Honorable Atandi and others trying to threaten us. We entered Kisumu in a big way. In fact, the massive crowds that were in Kisumu have never been seen since Raila died. In fact, the crowd that we saw in Kisumu could only have happened in 2000.
I asked you a question. Hold on.
So I'm coming to that question.
Are you going to front a candidate?
We have people who are qualified to be president of this country in Linda Koinange. We have James Orengo, we have Edwin Sifuna, we have Baba Owino, many others, even myself. Am I not qualified to become the president of Kenya? I am.
Yeah,
but for now, I'm focused on Vihiga County governor.
Okay.
But I just want to demonstrate that we have a bigger vision for this country.
Yeah. Don't you think Baba would be very disappointed right now?
Baba would be very disappointed. But before I explain further, you know, let me start by, you know, my friend, senior counsel here, being a lawyer. If this was a court process, I would start by saying I have a preliminary objection. My preliminary objection is that, you know, if it was a serious contest between Linda Mwananchi and Linda Ground, Professor is not the right person, because he's on the periphery of Linda Ground. You should have brought Junet Mohammed here, Oburu, or Gladys Wanga. Then the contest will be proper. Because Prof here is more of UDA than Linda Ground. That is known. Even the people watching us today know that is the point. But nevertheless, you know, Linda Ground is confused and confusing in many ways. And let me start by explaining why we now have Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi. It started when some of us within the party realized that the party was drifting away from its known philosophy, its known way of doing things, and Baba's legacy. You know, you remember they started saying that sisi ni mayatima. Tunakuja bila conditions. You remember that?
I remember.
You used to hear them say, oh, we even that 10-point agenda is not important. We are orphans. Orphans have no conditions. We are coming to Ruto to take care of orphans. Then from there, they went and started discrediting us who are insisting on the implementation of the 10 points agenda. Because the 10 points agenda, that was Raila's legacy, because it was addressing the issues of the people of Kenya. Then ODM gets to a point where that is not important. The youth who are killed in Kisumu, who are supposed to be compensated, the people who are abducted, that is not important to them. They now thought that what was important to them was the two-term thing. Then from there, they started saying that they are not interested in presidency. They want to support Ruto for 2 terms. And then they went further and said they are not even interested in deputy president. And then now we got to a point where ODM meetings were now being held in State House. And basically the party leader of ODM was basically William Ruto and not Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga now appeared as a puppet. Then they got to a point now they decided to form a group called Linda Ground. And they were doing meetings across the country in a very discriminatory manner. All the people who were against William Ruto or Ruto term, they were discriminated. And they were only moving around as a group. I remember they came to my region, Western. They did a meeting in Busia. They did a meeting in Kakamega without me and without Edwin Sifuna. And that is our region. So the rest of us who are discriminated and who have a different ideology from theirs, we decided now, let us also come together and form Linda Mwananchi to try and counter this retrogressive narrative that is trying to pull ODM back. That is how Linda Mwananchi came about. And I am happy that a majority of ODM supporters across the country and majority of Kenyans now identify themselves with Linda Mwananchi than Linda Ground.
Yeah, but
so when you talk about which part of the orange is sweet, the part of orange that is sweet is Linda Mwananchi. Yeah, and that was demonstrated this weekend in Kisumu.
Which part of the orange is sweeter than the other? And I'm sure you'll say it's yours because broad-based.
I would say this. The orange is sweeter together. Because when you have the orange together, then you can serve both sides of the divide. But as things stand now, we have the juicier part. Why? Because one, our party leader, Oburu Odinga, who is a mirror image of the late Baba, harbors the ideals, intentions, and the future of the party. The 20-year-old Orange was nurtured by Baba until his unfortunate death on 15th October 2025, and you have seen that Oburu Odinga, senator, has demonstrated that he stood right at the inception of ODM, created ODM, has been with it, has nurtured it, and now he's leading us to power.
Don't you think
he's leading us to power?
Yes.
Why he's leading us to power is that he's the very reason why we now have an arrangement with the president. Right? Take, of course, from the 10-point agenda, the agreement on 7th of March, with the late Raila Odinga, but now he's gone on to embrace that agreement and to move to the next level.
But he didn't embrace it completely, and he said ODM was going to run on its own in 2027.
No.
Beyond.
Oburu Odinga said...
No, Baba had said that before he died.
Baba had said he would make a decision, but Baba said that the broad-based arrangement was cast in stone and he was supporting...
Up until 2027, not beyond.
Up 2027 was for review of the arrangements. I think 7th March, that's the appointed date. And I think that's the difference here. That the appointed date was for reviewing the status of the state of affairs of the broad-based government. And I think it's doing so well. Let me tell you, Jeff, there's no president in this country who has done as much as President Ruto has done for a region.
Okay, Senator.
Nobody. Senator. Linda Ground also had a huge turnout in Kisumu.
Which one?
There was a huge turnout. We had a rally in Kisumu.
Which one?
We have had 2 rallies in Kisumu.
You know what Linda Ground does?
Go on.
What Linda Ground does, and and Kenyans know that, they transport people in buses, school buses. Anywhere they have a meeting, just look around, you will see buses lining up. And they pay people. They brand them. Their meetings are not organic like Linda Mwananchi meeting. And I want to challenge Senator Ojienda. If indeed the meetings in Kisumu are because of curiosity of the public, I want him to organize and count our meetings.
I have done very big meetings myself.
Do it next weekend.
I have
and don't carry anyone.
No, you may send goons.
Don't transport. No, I don't use goons in my politics. I don't use goons.
Yeah, but
I want to challenge him to try and counter our rally in Kisumu,
Jeff,
by not transporting anyone, by not using money. Let the people, because he has talked of curiosity, let the people come to their rallies out of...
Let me just make my point on President Ruto. It's important that, and he's mentioned that the base, or the electoral base for President Ruto is Rift Valley and Nyanza. That's what he said. That I'll tell you that Ruto has penetrated the ground, the ordinary person in Nyanza, and has a direct contact with people more than you can imagine. The Tuta movement is real in those villages, and villagers don't turn up for rallies. Only the youth do. In other parts of the country, and I think you've seen what he has done, I do not think there's any president or there's any candidate who has had inroads with even religious sects. Like you saw in State House, we've hosted, not we, the president has hosted different formations,
yes,
church leaders of all levels.
Akorino.
Every region, Akorino and every other region. So those are important. So you can't say who will beat him. Tell me how Linda Mwananchi can beat President to the elections. It's impossible. Tell me how the other parties...
Can Linda Mwananchi do it?
He has talked about Nyanza. You know, Nyanzas are our neighbor.
And even Western.
And even those villages he's talking about, we interact with people in those villages. Let me tell you, the one term is real, even in Nyanza. And this is something that Senator Ojienda doesn't want to admit, because they continued lying to Ruto that they are going to deliver Nyanza. If I was Ruto, all the people who have been lying to him, I would put them aside. Wanga,
which ones?
Junet Mohammed, Boburu, and even him. I will put them aside and engage people who can deliver Nyanza. Because these guys are not delivering Nyanza. And they will never deliver Nyanza.
You think Nyanza's gone?
And I'm telling you, the people of Nyanza, if we have people who are politically knowledgeable in this country, they are people of Nyanza. Because they have been in active politics for many years, since the days of Jaramogi, Raila, and now. They understand politics better. And they know that Ruto does not stand for the ideology of Raila Odinga.
So who...
The ideology of Raila Odinga and the ideology of Ruto is miles apart.
So who would support...
Ruto's ideology of development, I'll tell you,
which development?
For the first time we have projects that are insurmountable. 24 billion shillings invested in Kisumu County alone. Housing projects in Makasembo. Roads that are clear. All the way from Maseno, that's going on. Awasi Katito going on. We have, I tell you, a project, Kabonyo Kanyagwal project, and 6 beach sites within Kisumu, a whole ring road around Equatoria. Projects that are insurmountable. He has done what we have never seen. You see, any of the past presidents. Clearly.
Hold on. Why?
If at all, Senator Osoti and his leadership decide to run to the position, they should do that early. Because the arrangement or the union or the talks between ODM and UDA are on course, with a bid to form a strong party or a strong arrangement that will win the elections. You see, and I would urge my friend.
You know,
that means the orange will split down the middle.
I think if it is not rescued, I see this discussion with the UDA party going on, and I see a framework, of course, because we need to support President Ruto for a second time.
Yeah, but that framework...
It's a good thing.
It's not going to involve this Linda Mwananchi.
I think we have not given up trying to convince...
Are you buying into this?
First of all, take note of what he has said. Forming a party.
Yes.
I know the ultimate outcome of all this noise around negotiation is to merge ODM into UDA, the way they did ANC into UDA. That is the ultimate objective. And he has revealed it.
No, it is working together.
He's revealed that they are forming a party.
Yes.
He should have said they are forming a coalition. But
coalition.
I'm surprised they can only form a party by merging.
Coalition.
Let me tell you one
thing. The professor cannot be wrong.
Let me tell you one thing.
Coalition.
Let me tell you one thing. The arrangement between ODM and UDA is what is going to sink ODM.
No.
Because the two are incompatible. Hii ni kama mafuta na maji. The ideology of ODM is not similar in every respect to the ideology of UDA. Do you know when Odinga's family was going through a lot of tribulation? Jaramogi was arrested, his properties were being auctioned, and Raila was arrested. Oburu was working for the government of the day in Kakamega as a planning officer. So this person has always been a system guy. This is not the right person to be the party leader of a strong ideological party like ODM.
Did you want Oburu to get arrested as well?
I'm just telling
you can't blame.
He doesn't stand for anything.
You can't blame
and that's why
Oburu.
He has easily given away ODM.
You wanted him to resign.
ODM leader ground has become an appendage of the state.
Yeah, if it is unfair.
And you know that, Prof.
It is unfair. I'm not aware that Oburu was working, or that Jaramogi had been arrested and Raila arrested at the point, and that he stayed away. I don't think that he was just serving at the point. But you cannot blame a man because he worked that now he's not a good leader. No.
I'm just
demonstrating. You were present.
Even within the family, when the family was going through tribulation.
He is the firstborn. He was the firstborn. He had to take care. He had to take care of the family. He's the firstborn in the family.
To dangle to regions. If they go to coast, they tell Joe that you will be the deputy president. If they come to Western, they tell Mudavadi or Etangula or Paranya, you will be deputy president. When they come to Nyanza, they tell Wanga, you will be the deputy president. And now Oburu. And when they go to Mount Kenya, they say Kindiki. So they are in a quagmire. In fact, that is one of the things that are going to sink them.
No, but who is your presidential candidate? I mean, for me, that's what I want to.
No, you don't ask me that. Just know that we will get somewhere.
If Sifuna ran for president, would you support him?
Yeah, Sifuna is a brilliant young man, very brilliant and very visionary.
If he chose to run?
Yes, he is a brilliant man, and he will be a good president for this country.
No, he will not win, but he can run, but
no, he can win.
Sifuna cannot be Ruto.
Against Ruto.
Sifuna cannot be President Ruto.
He will win very early in the morning.
Tell me something. Last weekend in Kisumu,
yes,
when Babu was on stage in Nyalenda, that's where he was.
He was born.
He's Nyalenda.
Babu is a homeboy.
Yes,
he's a homeboy. He's my constituent.
He appeared to be like the kingpin when he was on that stage.
Kisumu is good.
Huh?
He's good, Kisumu. There's no doubt. You can't take it away from him. He's good. He's a Kisumu, born and bred in Kisumu, but of course now in Nairobi.
Do you agree that he could be the next kingpin?
We have many kingpins in Nyanza. It is difficult to have a universal kingpin after Raila's death. I think we'll have small kingpins in regions. So you could pick one of the regions. Most likely a kingpin in Nairobi.
So what do you think? Can he be the next kingpin?
Let me tell you, I have not worked very closely with Babu before, but the few months I've worked
that is a good guy.
And especially the Kisumu meeting, I think Babu is something out of the world.
No, he's in the world.
Babu is something out of the world.
He's in the world.
No, I mean, it's something great. Babu is something great, and I think Babu has a very
good
bright future.
True.
He has a very bright future, both in Nyanza and in nationally.
He's brilliant. He's a brilliant,
very brilliant
gentleman. On that we agree.
Yes,
he's a good guy.
And he wants to be governor of Nairobi.
Yeah, and Babu, when you sit down with Babu,
yes,
he's not what some people think about him. Babu has a lot of ideas. Babu is very visionary, and Babu demonstrates leadership. One-on-one when you sit with him.
Well,
and he's a good planner.
I think that's the only point. Besides the fact that I didn't attack him, we agree on that as well.
He wants to be president one day, you know that?
Babu?
Yes.
Well, wish him luck in the future, yes.
All right, gentlemen, lots of feedback, plenty feedback coming in thick and fast. Are you here?
Yes, plenty.
Ah, there we go. Let's go to the wall, magic wall. What do we have on the magic wall?
The ODM party, so that's coming up shortly. So,